Hey guys, let's go ahead and start with our collective today. Let's see what today's theme is going to be. I have like a ton of oracle decks, but so far this one just keeps calling me. I don't know why. Eventually I might switch to another one. Let's see. What's today's theme? What's the theme for today's collective? That was too many. We need one. What's the theme for today's book? There we go. Ooh. Okay. So the readings lately have been very insightful. And this one is very similar. Turning Inward. Number 40. So let's see. Hold on. Okay. So turning inward, the keywords are connection, self-discovery, navigating inner landscapes. And then it says, inside this veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy... Hold on. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. There is a new, more enlightened version of yourself that is waiting to be discovered. This new you has learned and grown over the years, so much so that you may not feel as aligned to your previous goals. Dreams can and will often shift and change with time. Your task is to remain connected to your inner landscape, the part of you that always knows what you need in any given moment. Your inner self will help you to discover new talents, intentions, and beliefs that will better serve you as you continue on this journey. This message is amplified for you if you have also pulled the ceremony card, which we did not. Turning inward brings an additional message. You may be holding on too tightly to an outdated idea of what your life should be. There are many different ways to experience success. Do not allow others or social conditioning to dictate what is right for you. Being connected to your inner, most authentic being helps you to develop a better sense of self. You will be better prepared to defend your choices when you know your worth and who you are on the most fundamental level. Okay, so this is definitely about being our authentic selves and what that involves, or what that entails, okay? So let's go ahead and start with today's collective. Let's see, what is today's collective? What's today's storyline? Okay, so we're starting with the Magician. At the bottom of the deck, 7 of Swords. Okay, so let's get a few things out of the way before I forget. If you are new or returning, either way, thank you so much for your presence. I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this without y'all, so I really love all of you. But if you are trying to show your support and appreciation for my time, my energy, the effort and time I put into this, then please make sure you react to the videos, you comment, you share them, send donations or stars. All of that helps me. It shows appreciation for me. Okay? All right. Oh, and don't angry react because I will ban you. Okay? Okay. So we're starting with the Magician. Whether this is masculine or feminine yet, we don't know. Because honestly, the Magician is androgynous. So it's not really supposed to be masculine or feminine, but it could be either way. So then we also have, I was leaning back in the chairs like, no. Then we're also doing the 7 of Swords. Ooh. With the Lovers. Okay. So this obviously has to do with something about a choice, right? Because the Lovers doesn't necessarily mean love. It could be about a choice somebody's making. With the Magician, somebody's trying to create what they think. Why am I so sleepy? Wow. Okay. Somebody's trying to create what they think is the best world for them. But there's something... Whatever they're creating, they think it's best, whatever choice they're making, they think it's best to not share that with anyone. They want to keep that to themselves. let's see why. Or let's see what Tarot's going to share with us about this. Clarify the Magician. Ten of Swords, Two of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. So we've got something ending for sure. Death card and Ten of Swords. So it could have been a connection that ended. Both of these indicate a choice, right? Two of Swords, the Lovers. So somebody decided to end something, whether, and again, it doesn't indicate love for sure. It could be a relationship though. Could be a job, could be a contract, a lease, whatever it is, somebody's deciding this is what they want. They would rather just something end. And so they're making it happen, right? With the Eight of Wands, it's interesting because Seven of Swords indicates they're hiding something or they're being strategic about it. They're being strategic, but they are communicating. Because I was like, they can't hide it and communicate at the same time. So there's some things they're not sharing, but overall they are communicating that it's over, that they're done. Okay. And as you can see, I'm still in my fuzzy robe. I work in my robe, so don't judge me. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know about this storyline? Ooh. Oh, see, that's too many. No. We're going to do one. Ace of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles. So what's interesting about this part is that this feels connected to the turning inwards card. Because the Ace of Swords is about clarity, right? And look at, there's this like a spiral staircase going deep into the recesses of this person's mind. And then this ray of light comes out, like all of a sudden they had this sharp insight or sharp clarity, possibly about, who they're investing into. A possible Queen of Pentacles. Regardless, this is what they're thinking about. Seven of Pentacles, especially in this deck, makes me think of somebody saying, okay, so because you see the energy coming out of his palm, right? I'm investing energy and time into the growth of this plant. So Queen of Pentacles could also represent a business, right? Because I don't always want it to go into the romantic route. So let's look at it from a couple of different perspectives. Yes, it could obviously be a romantic, but it could also be somebody saying, I'd rather invest into myself, create a business, because we have Eight of Pentacles. Wow, okay, hold on. I know y'all hate it when I chew gum, but apparently today is one of those days where I am going to need gum. Because when I'm really tired, gum somehow picks me up. It's a pick-me-up. All right, hold on. All right. So there's two different possible scenarios. Somebody is understanding who they want to invest into, and somebody else, we're going to do two storylines at the same time. Somebody else is understanding what type of business they want to invest into, okay? For funsies, let's just do two at the same time. Oops, I didn't even clarify. Clarify Ace of Swords. I always love it when tarot gets sassy. Clarify Ace of Swords. Four of Cups. and the World card. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Swords, clarified by the King of Wands, Ace of Swords, Four of Cups, and the World card. So on the storyline where we're talking about love, there's very likely a king who at one point was not interested in someone, right? Again, possibly a Queen of Pentacles. At one point, they were really interested in that person, but they also somehow couldn't move on from that person. And it's almost like two Ace of Swords means that it took it took extensive digging into their mind to realize, oh, that's not somebody I should be rejecting, because I do feel emotion for them. In fact, if I don't take it to the next level, this will be the one that got away. Also, I think it may be referring to whatever they're putting an end to. And that doesn't necessarily mean another relationship. So this could be somebody who for love is moving, right? Because we have the World card here. Maybe they have to move to a different part of the world to be with the person they love. Maybe they have to move to a different part of the city, even though this is more global because it's the world, but still. So there's that. And third, for the one where this is a business, right? This could be somebody realizing that whatever idea they thought of before, maybe they had always shut it down like, nobody's going to purchase that. Nobody's going to, okay, hold on. I'm getting two different things with that. So I feel like this King of Wands, someone who's very creative, but they do hold themselves back a lot. So on one hand, I feel like in the past, which is why I feel two swords are here, two Ace of Swords. In the past, they had this great idea, and then they were like, oh, nobody's going to buy that. I like the idea, but I don't think anybody else would buy that. I think it's just me. And then they saw a product like that go global, and they were like, you know what? That could have been me. That was a missed opportunity for me because I held back. And now they're having another idea like that. And although initially they started like this, they're also like, wait a minute. I'm back at square one where I remembered last time I let this pass me. I let that opportunity pass me by. Am I going to do the same thing again? So I feel like this time they're in King of Wands mode, like, no. I'm going to be bold. And I'm going to make that product happen. So let's see. What else do we need to know about the storyline? Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles is the overall energy. And then the Knight of Wands. So we had a King of Wands show up a while ago, right? Now they're showing up as a Knight. But it's representative of fire energy. It's representative of stepping into, because there's a horse even, there's drums. It's like stepping into primal energy. Light a fire under their ass. Go after what they want. And Ace of Pentacles. And then we have a Queen of Wands. So for those where this is the storyline, a love storyline that applies to you, this is somebody who's sure of what they want. They're getting on their horse. They're running after the person that they care about. Not running after, because I'm not saying that person's running from them, but they're running towards. Let me put it that way. They're running towards the person that they love. And Ace of Pentacles, they're offering something. Ace of Swords, they're going to be very clear. There's going to be no beating around the bush. And there's going to be a lot of stability. Now, Ace of Pentacles is a seed, a little seedling, right? So if somebody gives you a little seedling, it does not guarantee anything. You would have to nurture it. So they're going to offer a beginning. That's what they're going to offer. And if it's a business, remember that this person has already seen one of their previous ideas really hit the market like amazingly. So this time they're like, no, no, no. This time I'm gonna hit the ground running. I already know last time my idea made it big. I should have done it, and I didn't. And now someone else got the idea and they became a millionaire. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be courageous, and I'm going to put in the work to make this happen. Clarify Knight of Wands. Oh yeah. So, I love this. I love this. So, okay. Two different storylines, right? So if we're doing the storyline where it's love and the Queen of Pentacles was the person that this King of Wands, Knight of Wands is interested in, they're totally excited. They're on fire about going and presenting her with something, a beginning, starting over. Let's start over. And what's really interesting, I know the Seven of Swords never looks good, but here, I don't know, I think it's not that bad, because she's showing up, Nine of Pentacles, the Fool card, she's single, and she's out here living life, and she's just enjoying herself, and the person coming in has been enjoying their life, but they want to enjoy it with her, and they don't want her single. They want her to be taken by them. So... so they're going to come in very strategic on how to have a new start, because they want to, in a way, lay claim to her, so to say. Now, the business storyline, this is definitely a Queen of Pentacles who has her own business, or is starting her own business. Either one, right? And she's had this idea that she's running with, and look at this. It's going to make her very comfortable financially. But she's going to have to do two things. First, she's going to have to take a leap of faith. And secondly, she can't be telling people what her idea is. Just this once. Normally she may be very communicative, very, sharing things. This is tarot saying, don't share with people what you plan on doing. Just do your shit. We have 10 Pentacles here. Actually, it's twice with this ace. She's going to build a legacy. She just has to trust herself. Okay. What else do we need to know? And before y'all ask, yes, both stories could be playing out simultaneously. So, ooh, child, the Devil, and the Chariot. So, where we're talking about the love storyline, I feel with the Chariot that whoever's coming towards the person they love is coming towards them full of determination, full of having a strong will, wanting things to go in a certain direction. So bringing everything they've got to it, because there's the Emperor, right? With the Devil, there may be just a teeny tiny hint of obsession here. Of temptation even. I don't know why there would be temptation, but there might be something taboo about the relationship. And when I say taboo, I mean like they might be same sex and one of them is in the closet. They might be different faiths and one of them never thought that they would, be with this other person. Whatever. There's something taboo about the connection. Let's clarify a Chariot. Got the Four of Wands. Nine of Swords. And the Fool. I mean, there's a match because this is the Emperor driving the chariot, right? And we've got the Empress here. So this person is definitely a match. Oh. The Empress could have blocked whoever the Emperor is. Yep, look at that. Look at that. Now, this could happen vice versa. Because they're in this order, right? Basically, they're in this order. So either the Empress blocked the Emperor or the Emperor blocked the Empress, or vice versa. With the Four of Wands, whatever the Emperor is offering, it is stable, though. It's something they've been really, really thinking about. They've been thinking about for days, for I don't know how long, for a long time. And now they're ready to take a leap of faith. If this is business, I feel like the Devil has two different meanings in business. So in business, there is the meaning of there's blockages, fears that the Empress needs to get past. Because the Devil represents all of these, isn't it more comfortable to just go get yourself a nice little 9-to-5 where you don't have to stress about packaging, you don't have to stress about product, you don't have to stress about marketing. Isn't it just so much more comfortable to just be comfortable? And also, let's be real. Who do you think you are? You really think you're going to make it? You really think people are actually going to buy your product? It's like all those little voices in her head that feed her insecurities. And that could actually apply for the love relationship too. Ultimately, whoever the Empress is, she's an Empress. So she knows her value. Normally, she's very aware of her value. She's very aware of her intelligence. But this new thing that's coming up is going to test that. So with the Four of Wands, she can either move forward or stay stuck in her head with the anxiety and the worry and the what ifs. What if it goes wrong? What if this? What if that? What if I turn myself into a national embarrassment or an international embarrassment? If she wants to truly be an Empress, she's going to have to take a leap of faith. She can't just sit there worrying about the what ifs. That's not what an Empress would do. So, let's see. Okay. What else do we need to know? The World. And the Nine of Pentacles. So there's a very big possibility that there's travel involved for me. Because Saturn is, in the World, it's about being very visible, being very high status, right? And it also involves things on a global scale, which is why it indicates high status. Because when we do things on such a scale that the whole world knows you have a high status, right? But it also indicates travel. And it's already shown up twice. So on one hand, on the love front, I feel like it indicates cycles closing out, new cycles beginning. And it also indicates possible travel. We'll clarify in a minute. But for the love situation, because the Empress showed up with the Nine of Pentacles, there could be somebody headed her way. Somebody who wants to express love. Now, on the business side of things, part of what she has to focus on to get to this global scale, she has to focus on her future, on where she's going, not where she's at right now. And I'm saying that because I feel like part of the Devil energy that came up a while ago was because she's focusing on, well, I don't have this yet, and I don't have that, and then I'm not a professional this, and I'm not a professional that. Yeah, but okay, we can either look at the glass half empty or half full. If she focuses on the half empty, she's not going to do anything because she's just going to keep thinking about what she doesn't have. If she focuses on the glass half full, she will get places. So mentality is very important right now. Clarify the world. Ten of Swords. Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, Nine of Cups, with the Ten of Wands. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, where this is a love storyline, somebody was carrying a lot of burden. Somebody was carrying a lot of extra responsibilities, just extra stress, really. And they released themselves. Now, whether this is this Empress releasing herself from the person, she may have walked away from this person, or this person that's coming towards her released themselves from these responsibilities, this stress, cut themselves free, and now are ready to come in. So either it's her or the person that's coming towards her. One of them did this, freed themselves from all this burden, ended it, found clarity, found freedom, and are now rushing towards what is their happiness, their wish. Oh, and in business, this is going to come down to similar things. Well, okay, hold on. Not really similar things, but more like, remember when I said that it's about mentality? Somebody could be focusing on, well, I don't have this, I'm not a professional at that. In business, Ten of Wands could also mean that this person is trying to do everything themselves. So let's say that they're not a photographer and they need high quality photos for their product. Instead of hiring somebody who knows what they're doing, they're trying to study photography to do it well. And then on top of that, they need to market it. And instead of hiring a marketer, they're also studying how to market it themselves. So it's like they're creating more responsibility for themselves. Like, I understand, I feel like it's coming from the mindset, because this is Saturn again. And this is earthy card. I forget, it's Virgo Sun or Virgo Mercury, one of the two. There's a lot of like practicality. Probably someone saying like, oh, I could probably do that. Yes, just because you could doesn't mean you should or you have to. And it might come down to this. The World card and the Ten of Wands could be somebody saying, well, I don't really trust other people to do it the way I would. Now, the reason the Ten of Swords is here is because that needs to stop. That mentality needs to stop. That is a very limited way of thinking, a very rigid way of thinking, and a little egotistical. Everybody has gifts that we don't have. And when we judge others by our gifts, they're going to come up short. But that doesn't mean that they're short on every other gift, right? So we need to keep that mentality in check. Ace of Swords, she will find the right person for her if she actually puts work into finding the right person to help her, instead of trying to learn a whole new, venue of business just to do it herself. Knight of Swords. I do think there's two knights already. Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Out of all the knights, these are the two that are most action-oriented. They're fast. So the universe is saying, girl, you better get on that ball. You better get the ball rolling. Move. Take action. Burdening yourself is going to slow you down. Whatever idea she has, the universe is saying, if you do not move now, it will be a missed opportunity. Go and do the parts that come naturally to you. With the Nine of Cups, it's a little indulgent because it's Pisces Jupiter. Do the parts that you are aware you do well. The intuitive part, the fun part, the creative part. Focus on that. Let other people do the part that they do well. And don't be overstressing and overworking yourself with things that you don't need to do. Okay? Okay. And that is how she's going to get to global status and financially independent if she's not already. All right. What else? Knight of Cups. We'll flip this one over a minute. And the Six of Swords. Another card of travel. Okay. So, let's go back to the love storyline. If this is a love storyline, then somebody is showing up very romantic, right? This is literally somebody riding a white horse with red roses and with a picnic and a bottle of wine and a smooth taka. He's a smooth taka, baby girl. I amuse myself. Ignore me. Anyways, with the Six of Swords, this could definitely feel, again, like somebody coming towards her. We have the Knight of Wands, the Chariot, the World card, and the Six of Swords, all to me indicate movement, travel card. So somebody could be traveling to her to express something affectionately or romantically. Let's see. Clarify Knight of Cups. Ace of Swords. The Star. Eight of Swords. And Temperance. Okay. So ultimately, somebody wants harmony. If it is about someone coming towards her, they want reconciliation, they want harmony, they want peace, because we have the Nine of Swords. This person has been losing a lot of sleep, has been really anxious over this. They just want to talk. They want to get everything. They're like, my heart is not a warehouse. I do not have to be holding on to all of this when I want to express it. Let me express it. Okay? So this knight is going to come in expressing everything. So we've got the Star card here. When it comes out with this, I'm going to say that the fact that she's naked, right, indicates vulnerability, openness. It also indicates healing after a really turbulent time. And I have 9 swords here, so I imagine both of them have been having a pretty turbulent time. Eight of Swords. I think that this person had a lot of blockages themselves mentally. Like, if let's say this is a same-sex couple, or somebody who is in a different religion, something like that, their mental blockages were like, okay, but how are we going to have a relationship if this other person won't come out of the closet? Or they were like, well, how am I going to come out of the closet? Am my family going to receive it? Am I going to be this? Am I going to be that? Am I going to be hated or shamed? Or if this is religious, then, it's all those thoughts that come up when somebody's trying to make a change that's going to impact their whole life, right? So there's been a lot of anxiety concerning this connection. Now, business-wise, I feel like this is the queen, the magician that came out originally, right? And this is being very creative. Whatever, they have to trust. Six of Swords is Mercury and Aquarius, I believe. So it's about finding solutions, being logical. So I think that this Queen of Pentacles that keeps coming up, or the magician, has to remember that whatever blockage or issue might come up, she will solve it as she goes. She'll cross that bridge when she gets there. Because remember, she was burdening herself with too many things. So keep it simple. She's worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. So if she's worried, what if I hire this person, they don't do well? Why don't you hire them first And then if you hit a snag, you address it. But don't create snags mentally before they're even there. Okay? She's trying to put the cart before the horse, and that's not how it works. So, Ace of Swords and the Star. This inspiration she got, she has to follow it. Because if you have ever read the book called Big Magic by is it Elizabeth? I have it here somewhere. I don't have it at hand. Anyways, there's a book called Big Magic, and it says ideas are like these little floating orbs that find a home in us, and it's our job to bring that idea to life. And when we are receptive, the idea is like, yay, I found a home. But then when it feels like we're not bringing it to life, the idea is going to float away to someone else. And that's when someone else brought out the same exact product we were thinking of, but we didn't take action and they did. You see what I'm saying? So she's got to act on this inspiration. All of these mental blockages she's creating, it's going to make the idea float away. Bye-bye. And someone else is going to have it if she keeps focusing on that. Oh, look, there she is. Coincidence? I think not. All right. I'll stop being goofy. Not really. I was born that way. All right. Hermit. Let's clarify the Hermit. So, following the romantic storyline, I feel like the masculine, whoever the Emperor is, has been isolating themselves for some time, showing up as the Hermit. They showed up with a lot of anxiety over this, so they've probably been taking their time to make sure that they don't make any rush decisions. They don't make any decisions that they'll later want to regret. And they're making a very calm, rational decision. But they are showing up as the Emperor. So they're showing up with all four kings. So they're showing up with the King of Swords energy, King of Wands, King of Cups, and King of Pentacles. So they're examining all different sides of something before they make a decision. But now, I feel like they already made it, because otherwise they wouldn't have shown up with all this action, right? But she may have just seen this and didn't realize what was going on behind the scenes. Business-wise, if this Queen of Pentacles, I feel like Queen of Pentacles might have already had a little business, right? But I mean little like, something she could run out of her house, something she could do on the side, maybe. But this is going to propel her forward. Now she's going to be seen as a sage. She's going to be seen as somebody who persevered. And this is a whole other level of entrepreneurship. Queen of Pentacles to me is always an entrepreneur. The Emperor, though, is somebody who has an LLC, several sources of income. So once she makes this decision, she's going to notice her life elevate, her whole life. But she's got to plan accordingly. She's got to be cautious. She's got to move forward in a very strategic, step-by-step sort of way, the way an emperor would, right? An emperor wouldn't rush into anything, but they also wouldn't sit there hemming and hawing over what to do. They would be like, okay, we've got to get from point A to point B. How do we make that happen? Then let's do that. Okay, now that we're at point B, how do we get to point C? We got to make this happen. Okay, well, let's do that. So on and so forth. Move, 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 move. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go ahead and see what else is coming up in this storyline. Ooh. The Ace of Wands. Okay, so I just realized I'm already at 40 minutes and I literally just have one row. This is bad. That's because I've been doing two storylines. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the two storylines because you guys know I talk a lot. And right now I feel inspired to do both. But we're going to stop at the clarifiers because that's just going to add hella more time. Imagine that 40 minutes and it's just one row. If we're going to do all these, hell no. So here's what we're going to do. All these wands. Wow. That's a lot of wands, actually. Ace of Wands. See? Oh, look at that. It has the Tower beneath it. I'm telling you. Oh, look. There he is. King of Wands. Okay. So, if we're looking at it from the love perspective, then this king has definitely decided. They have felt this fiery urge. Like they've been, the Two of Wands came up, which indicates plans, right? That was in the clarifiers. But now we've got the 3, though. The 3 is like, okay, now I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to the next level. And then we got 4 Wands. Take it to something solid, established. 6 of Wands. Look, she's in front of a crowd. It's like going to somebody and saying, we're gonna put this out there. This is taking on responsibility, 10 Wands, but a different type of responsibility. It's taking on the responsibility of, we're gonna go public. We're gonna be open with who we are and what we are. 7 of Wands with the Ace and the 6. We're going to defend the connection from anyone that has anything to say about it. Then we have 9 Wands. There's a lot of combination there. 9 Wands also being like, I don't think it's going to happen immediately, though. I think that they're like, how about we get to know each other? And then once we get to a point where we're really comfortable, we'll go public. We'll protect our connection. And then we'll take responsibility for, being in this connection. Taking responsibility for each other, basically. Now, career-wise, business-wise, I think this idea that came out of nowhere for this queen, she's been visualizing some sort of growth for a really long time. And now, here it is, baby. Bada bing, bada boom. It hit her like a shock, surprise, this inspiration. So she can definitely get famous. She can get big, but she's got to trust. She's really got to trust that she can handle the responsibility that comes with it, that she can handle the pressure that comes with being famous. Because I don't know if y'all remember, I think there's an interview where they were talking about Keira Knightley needing therapy after she got famous overnight with the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. That could be traumatic, Let's see. What else do we need to know about this storyline? King of Wands. There he goes with the Justice card. So if we're following the love storyline, I didn't want to say this, but I feel like I'm not being a good reader if I don't say the things that go through my mind. So on one hand, this could have been a connection where maybe at one point this king had a partner, right? The Empress walked away because she was like, I've got to live my own life. You have fun with your partner. Justice card indicates a possible divorce. And if this is not a third party, hopefully, then this is about the king wanting to make things right with the Empress. Either way. Business-wise, this queen is very much in her masculine, right? Because she keeps showing up. We see her in glimpses when we were doing the clarifiers, but we're going to say she's a King of Wands, or he, right? And she can apply it to herself. Showed up as a knight, feminine, now king, masculine. Doesn't matter because she's in her masculine in the sense that she's going after what she wants. She has a vision, she has drive, and she will pursue what she wants. She's going to create contracts. Business, baby. Good for her. Let's see. What else? Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. Hold on, let me turn off the heater. This thing is like, I feel like I'm sizzling. I really needed it a while ago. No, okay, it's a little much. Okay. So with the Seven of Swords, remember when at the beginning I said this king is not saying something. He's keeping some things to himself when he was ending a previous situation. So it could be that what this king was keeping to himself was the fact that he was very heartbroken or sad, or he had regrets. Let me put that. He didn't express that he had regrets about his connection with the Empress. Business-wise, I feel like this, remember when I said this queen shouldn't be sharing the inspiration she gets, the ideas she gets, she shouldn't be sharing them, because unfortunately there might be people around her that are going to take some of those ideas and make them their own. And yes, it will disappoint her. It will make her very sad. And it's just better to avoid that, right? So usually I'm not one to encourage hiding ideas, but right now, when Tarot's suggesting that, well, then we follow the suggestion. Got Temperance. And the Four of Pentacles again. Okay. So it's definitely very much about this king when we're following the love storyline. There's the feeling, we have the sun and the moon in this person's hands, but it has these energetic cords between them, right? So this is about the blending of the masculine and the feminine. This king, possibly a masculine emperor, feels that this is his divine counterpart. He is the sun to her moon, and she is the moon to his sun. But Four of Pentacles, he might not have conveyed that before. Yeah. And it hurt everyone involved. Possibly because he was trying to avoid getting anyone hurt, but it still happened, I feel. Business-wise, this is not the time for this queen to be giving out loans. This is about her maybe needing to be a little frugal, needing to be very wise with her investments. Because, yeah, this is how she keeps herself balanced. There's something that right now she needs to keep herself balanced on. And it's not just any area of her life, it's her finances. Right now she needs to keep herself balanced on her finances. Let's see. Oh, a Hierophant. Okay. With the Two of Cups. Oh, interesting. So, on one hand, with the love story, it's very much about the Emperor or the masculine coming in wanting something elevated. And I don't mean just, hey, I want to see you occasionally. This is, hey, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. How do I make that happen? I'm in love with you. You are my person. How can I marry you? Are you open to talking about marriage? That type of thing. That's really cute. Second of all, business-wise, I feel like this queen, I don't know why I keep saying the queen, because the clarifiers kept showing up Queen of Pentacles, but showing up King of Wands here, Knight of Wands. So this king whenever he does create whatever product or inspiration has been brought to him, there will be companies that are going to join hands with him. There will be big companies, because the Hierophant is big companies. So when I say this, I mean like there's companies like, I don't know what type of product he's selling, but there's companies like Amazon. There's companies like Coca-Cola. Like this, that's the level of company I'm referring to when I look at this. So whatever it is he's making, big companies, big name companies are going to be interested in joining hands with him. Yeah, I'd be dancing too. Yeah, I don't know if there's nothing to add with that. That's amazing. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Cups. Now, this king is very aware that things, that was why we got the whole explanation. Things were not going well for him and whoever he's coming towards. Either he put her in a third party, or he was afraid of coming out of the closet, or he was afraid of stepping outside of his faith. Whatever was happening, he kind of pushed her away, right? But now, all he can think about are the different possibilities of talking to her. Yeah. He knows that she feels regret and sorrow the way he does. But now he's like, okay, should I approach her like this, or should I approach her like that? Should I approach her like this, or should I approach her like this? There's a lot of what should I do type energy. Some indecision. Business-wise, I also think there's a lot of him fantasizing about her possibly, and her fantasizing about him, which can be dangerous if we're not careful. Second of all, business-wise, I think that this queen is being very clear and careful about her plans. Because remember, it gave the warning, if she shares, she'll end up disappointed. She shares what she's working on. So she's having to keep a lot to herself and just not really be open about what she's doing, what's going on. She may even have people telling her, like, why are you being so secretive right now? And she's just like, oh, I'm just working. That's all I'm doing, just working. You know me, worky, worky, worky. What else do we need to know about this storyline? The Fool. And the Justice card. So again, this is definitely a connection where a contract is being ended. Again, I don't know what that means. That could be somebody who is working overseas, somebody who was possibly in a marriage, somebody who had a lease in a different country, something like that. Some contract is ending, and somebody's so excited. They're about to take a giant leap and be like, I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to explore. Business-wise, there's going to be big contracts coming towards this person. And again, they have to be trusting. That's a trust fall that she's doing. You see that? Eyes closed, arms out, letting go. Allowing the universe to catch her. What else do we need to know? We've got the Judgment card. And the Nine of Swords. So, this is interesting because I'm feeling mixed emotions. On one hand, there was this desire, strong desire for this person to come in and tell her that they cared about her and they wanted to be with her and all that good stuff. On the other hand, there was also a lot of fear that they would do that, because now it puts her back into anxiety mode. Yeah, she could sense them coming. And it puts her back into anxiety mode, back into, I don't know what to do. And is this going to affect the rest of my life? Is this going to be wasting my time? This and that. So there's a lot of her wanting things to come back to life and then afraid of things coming back to life. On the business reading, I feel like this person is worrying about, they feel like they're changing a lot. Maybe somebody around them told them something like that, like, you're changing. I don't recognize you anymore. It's giving them anxiety. They're like, oh, wow, am I doing something bad? Is the old me dying? But they're thinking in a bad way, right? Like, am I not humble anymore? Am I not down to earth anymore? And I want to take this time to say something about that, okay? So if somebody is growing business-wise, financially, they can stay the same person that they were, and other people will still judge them as different. Because when it comes time to, how to put this? When it comes time to look at somebody who's thriving in life, they're not sitting there looking at what it cost that person to get there. What they're looking at is how that makes them feel. So if somebody has been slaving away, and I mean early in the morning till late at night on the grind, right? They've been saving their money. They've been limiting their expenses. They've not gone out on holidays. They've done everything they can to build a nice little chunk of cash so that they can buy themselves a beautiful house, right? So the person on the outside is not going to see all the sacrifices this person made to be able to accomplish that. All they're going to see is, wow, this bitch really thinks that they're better than us because now they have a house that we don't have. You see what I'm saying? So if people are telling her she's changing, she doesn't really have time for them anymore, she doesn't this, she doesn't that, she's going to have to take that. She's going to have to take that loss. Because in reality, a new her is born. A new version of her is being born. And not everybody will be able to go on this journey with her. Especially if they're just sitting there thinking about what she has that they don't have. What else? We have the Queen of Swords and the Strength card. So, when it comes to the love story, this king is going to have to come in with a lot of courage, a lot of bravery, because he knows he disappointed and hurt this queen. And she's sitting here very quietly, but you see her holding that sword? Her little fingers under her chin like, go on, say what you got to say before I cut you. So that's why he's choosing to come in with Knight of Wands energy, King of Wands energy, Strength card, because he's going to need all that boldness, baby girl. Because this Queen of Swords is totally clear about who she is, what she wants, and what she'll tolerate. So yes, there is calm communication, though. She's not up in this person's face like, oh, yeah, no. She's dignified, she's calm, she's composed. She's letting the other person speak. Because what they say will determine her next actions, okay? It's not like she has pre-planned responses. She's sitting there listening so that she knows whether this is something she wants to move forward with, okay? Second of all, business-wise, this change in her life is going to be monumental. It is going to take a lot of courage and bravery on her part, because she's shown up as a Queen of Swords, which tells me she may have to start cutting off a lot of people. Because remember, not everybody will be with you on this journey. Maybe she had a lot of friends who used to go out a lot, right? And she can't go out as much, and they're taking it as an insult, when in reality, it's just that she's tired. She's working a lot. So she only has energy to do certain things. At some point, she's going to have to let them go, because otherwise it'll just build a lot of resentment, because there's no understanding. There's no comprehension there. They don't care what she's building. They care about her presence. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's just what their priorities are, what they value. And she's going to have to let go. Maybe there was a lover who wanted, at that moment, they were like, well, maybe we should start a family. Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do that. And she may have to let that person go. Whether she really cares for them or not isn't the problem, because she's getting into her bold, courageous energy. She has a future that she can see in front of her, and she's trying to get that done. So she's not trying to add any additional responsibilities or burdens that might get in the way of her bringing this to vision. So it's going to be a little difficult for her, but she can do it. She got this. All right, last card, because it was already past an hour. What else do we need to know about this story? Last card. Oh, Two of Cups with the Four of Swords. Very good, very, very good. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but we'll still give it some context, right? So we have a couple here who have both felt sorrow over this connection. They've both felt regret. They've felt sadness. They've felt heartbreak over this. And they've both sat and thought really, really in detail, what does this connection mean to me? Where do I see this connection in my life? Do I see this connection in the rest of my life? And they've done some healing, both of them. So when they do come back together, they're going to come back together much stronger, much more aligned, much more in tune with themselves and with each other. So that's amazing. On the business side of things, she's showing up as Queen of Swords, so she's very clear on what benefits her and what doesn't. And with the Four of Swords here, there may be some contracts, because remember I said there's going to be companies interested, right, in coming to contract with her. On some companies, I think she'll pass, and she'll be like, yeah, no. She's going to choose I don't think she's sitting here valuing things based off money. Not that money's bad, right? Because obviously she's working. She knows what it means. But she's going to choose the contract that gives her the most peace. So if there's a contract out there that says, oh yeah, we'll pay you $5 million more than that company, but you have to do 20 more things about this, and that. Maybe they're creating more appointments for her, more this. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm going to choose the company that gives me the most peace. They're the ones setting up everything. And what I sold them was the idea. What I sold them was maybe my face on the brand. What I sold them was, distribution, but I still keep my patent, whatever it was. Whatever is the most peaceful for her, that's what she's going to choose. That's who she's going to sign a contract with. I think that applies in love as well. So let's read the Turning Inward card one more time. I know you guys are going to be moaning and groaning about the other rows I didn't do, but keep in mind this story had 2 stories in it. So let's not start nitpicking. All right, Turning Inward says, connection, self-discovery, navigating inner landscapes. Inside this veil of bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. All the truths within thy breath have come to greet me. There is a new, more enlightened version of yourself that is waiting to be discovered. This new you has learned and grown over the years, so much so that you may not feel as aligned to your previous goals. Dreams can and will often shift and change with time. Your task is to remain connected to your inner landscape, the part of you that always knows what you need in any given moment. Your inner self will help you to discover new talents, intentions, and beliefs that will better serve you as you continue this journey. Turning inward brings an additional message. You may be holding on too tightly to an outdated idea of what your life should be. There are many different ways to experience success. Do not allow others or social conditioning to dictate what is right for you. Being connected to your innermost authentic being helps you to develop a better sense of self. You will be better prepared to defend your choices when you know your worth and who you are on the most fundamental level. All right, guys. So that's what I got for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.